Good morning, everyone. My name is Mighty Stream. I'm going to do our March the 5th spiritual principle day in a meditation. I hope you're doing well this morning. It's good to be with you. As I indicated earlier, there is a storm brewing, quite disturbing, the level of thunder right now. So I want to get right into this one for you. It's entitled Free to Simply Be. Letting go of the idea that we have to understand why things happen or how it all works frees us to have a spiritual experience without wondering if we're doing it right. Now, that comes from the Living Clean book, chapter 2, Connection to a Higher Power. Addicts are perceptive people, or so we like to think. When we were using, we could go somewhere we'd never been and easily find either a way to get drugs or someone to use with. Our intuitions and insights often serve us well in recovery, especially as the steps help us to improve our ability to discern between the voice of self-will and that of conscience. Learning the difference can be a challenge since the disease talks to us in our own voice. Freedom from our disease depends on it. With practice and the help of other recovering addicts, we improve our connection to our intuition and our conscience. We gain the freedom that make better choices. We gain the freedom to make better choices and our lives improve. Trusting in the process and in our conscience can be scary. How can putting down the drugs make the obsession go away? How can we be sure our sponsor won't share our inventory with everyone? What happens if we let go of that defect that has been protecting us? We just don't like not knowing. Step 2 in our basic text tells us we can use this power long before we understand it. One member shared, I've been staying clean on a higher power that I don't understand for over 25 years. And I'm starting to get okay with never knowing. It still works. No matter how perceptive we are, our perception is limited. There are wavelengths of light not visible to the human eye, pitches of sound not perceptible to the human ear. We cannot know the totality of things. When we get okay with not knowing, we can shift our focus to what we do feel, sense, and perceive in the present. We are free to be right here, right now. It's okay if I don't know. I will enjoy the freedom to just be. Let's take a moment of silence followed by the We version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference just for today. Please and thank you. So, what a powerful meditation, talking about free to simply be. That is a beautiful space to be in, where you actually make room for yourself to experience the here and now without prejudging it, without over analyzing it, without withdrawing, shrinking away from people, isolating. How about this one? Without shaming other people, alienating other people out of fear of the unknown, thinking, if I talk more than they do, if I talk louder than they do, they won't know that I don't know what I'm talking about or what they're talking about. Yeah, we've done So, man, I'm sitting here thinking to myself how something so simple as this meditation could stir up so much inside of me. How many times have I said I worshiped knowledge? I thought knowledge was power. But here's the thing about being lazy when it comes to being studious. Eventually, if you're the type of student that supposed to be student that just runs their mouth and always sounding like you know so much about the basic text and living clean, if you're that person, what happens sometimes, not all the time, is eventually you misspeak and you become exposed. And then what do you do? What do you do then? Okay, so now we're quiet. Why not just be that way? Open, tolerant, honest, right? What they say, these spiritual principles, these three: honesty, open mindedness, and willingness. Why not start out that way? Why do we have to drag our fingernails in the dirt just to get to it? Suffer humiliation, suffer lost relationships, all because we don't know how to simply be in the moment, not in the future, not in yesterday, right here, right now, in the moment, and accepting that in this place, we don't have all the answers. There's no way we possibly could. We're human beings. I love this meditation. I hope you do too. You know, I would love to spend another 5 minutes with you, but I really need to go and make sure that my house is secure with this storm coming through. Okay. I hope that you are going to have a beautiful day on purpose, whether or not I sit here and expound on March 5th's meditation or not. I hope for you to have a beautiful day on purpose. You know why? I know you hear me say it every day, but it just kills my heart when I watch other recovering addicts suffering from mental unwellness. Let me put that gently, right? Mental unwellness. The butt kicking machine is still on. They've been in the program, but they talk far worse about themselves than anybody ever could. I don't want that for you. I don't. I don't. I just think that after a person, listen, I had a sister, I think she might have, I want to say, without exaggeration, I want to say between my experiences and those of other family members, she probably overdosed a total of 8 times. She flatlined so many times that it was just amazing that she had any cognitive ability before her final flatline. It hurts to see people that have the tools or have been exposed to the tools to get into the program and not do the work. Still hurting. People still going the other way when you walk into the room. It bothers me to see when we're hurting needlessly. And all we really got to do is recognize that we have a gift called Narcotics Anonymous, and it has given us a higher power. It's given us relationships. For many of us, it's given us an education. I know one addict, they just, in recovery, they just signed for their very first home, and they are in their 60s. They're homeowners. Lost dreams awaken and new possibilities arise. So why don't we do this? Let's do this real quick. Grab a piece of paper and write down some of the lost opportunities you've had. And then on the other side of that paper, right? On the first side, entitle it Lost Opportunities Due to My Drug Addiction. Now, on the other side, write New Possibilities that have risen, RISEN, that have risen, and write down those things that you're experiencing for the first time. You never thought about them, but they're happening. I took a house full of our recovery home of men, took a house full of men to the convention in Chicago. It was just amazing to see them experience that atmosphere for the first time. Because that's where I made my first meeting in 1993, my first convention. So it's really nice. I want you to think about those new possibilities that have come your way as a direct result of you being clean now. If it's seeing your kids, put that on there. If you lost custody of them and now, they're old enough to seek you out without somebody standing over them, of course they want to know who their parents are. I would think so. Clean, right? That is included. I want you to include that. But more than anything, just promise me you will have a beautiful day on purpose. Talk to you tomorrow.